So good afternoon, October the 23rd, 2014. This is CISG114, Section 1, Web Technology and Life. Today is date number 18 into week number 9. So let's get started. Welcome back and good afternoon. If you look at the calendar, today is date number 18. Okay, date number 18 is very special. It's almost the end of the second week of the third learning contract. You have one more week to go. Now let's take a look at the result of your poll. On Monday, I invite you to express yes or no to our suggestions by some of the students to extend learning contract number 3 by one more week. In other words, you can submit your work up to November the 8th. Okay? Now we have 17 students who have already expressed the view. Let's double check. One yes, second yes, third yes, fourth yes, fifth yes, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, 17 out of 29 students have said yes. So you will have one more week to submit your work up to November the 8th. And you also have one more week to come here to do your team-based sharing to earn your class participation score. So congratulations. The 17 of you have already voted. Okay. So to begin with today's class, of course, I will let you have time to do the team-based sharing. May I also inform you, if your team would like to do the sharing today, you will be given priority to do the sharings by putting forth your discussions right here. You can say, this is team number 3, we would like to share today, then you will be given priority. So please do it here. If you would like to share, do it here, just like this team, but this is not your class, okay? I'm going to switch back to your class. Alright? So this is your class. In team number 9, if your team would like to share after our teamwork time, please say so here, create a discussion thread, and inform us that your team would like to share. That way, you will be ensured of an opportunity to share to earn a score. So now let's see if this is the movie. Okay, let's try it. With this one? No, I don't think it's this one. So let's say, yeah, this is back here. All right. So we missed last week, day 16, without bringing you the attention of this guy. Most of you know who he is. This is Mark Zuckerberg, okay? So I'm going to show you a little bit about his informations, all right? Let's see if this is good. No, this one has already been cut, all right? So actually, it should be okay. Let's see. We can always get it back. Okay. Then we go to this one.
Facebook's launch of its new profile page will include a tutorial on all the new features. And for a while, you'll be able to choose between staying with your old profile or upgrading to the new, where you'll get to tell your friends who you really are. We decided to take the opportunity of the launch to find out more about who Mark Zuckerberg really is. As Facebook becomes an intrinsic part of so many lives, how the site came to be in the first place is now the fodder of creation myths, a handful of lawsuits, at least 2 books, and a movie, all focusing on its co-founder and CEO. 500 million people give you, their personal information. Do you feel that because of that, they have a right to know a lot about you personally, about your values?
Yeah, I think that
What do you
because
think?
of that, we have to do a very good job of communicating as a company,
No,
really.
you. I'm talking about you, Mark Zuckerberg. Is it important to know who's running Facebook?
Yeah,
in
it is.
light
It
of
is.
that?
It is. And that's-
Interest in what makes Mark tick has heightened since the release of the movie The Social Network that depicts him as a callous genius who betrays friends and principals to protect his creation, Facebook.
If you guys were the inventors of Facebook, you invented Facebook.
The real Mark vowed he would never see the film. On opening day, he changed his mind.
We took the whole company to go see the movie.
Whole and that.
I mean, actually thought it was pretty fun.
But I guess my question is, was it hard to watch for you?
You know, in watching it, it's pretty interesting to see what parts they got right and what parts they got wrong. I think that they got every single T-shirt that they had the Mark Zuckerberg character wearing right. I think I actually own those T-shirts. And they got the sandals right and all that. And there are hugely basic things that they got wrong too. I mean, they made it seem like my whole motivation for building Facebook was so I could get girls, right? They completely left out the fact that my girlfriend I've been dating since before I started Facebook, right? So, I mean, that's just like...
Wait, what? Say that again? Your current girlfriend, you were dating back then?
Yeah, I've been dating my
During
current
the time
girlfriend
of the
since
movie?
before I created Facebook. Yeah, I mean, and... Yeah.
You know, I've heard two reactions. One is about you very personally, and it's not so flattering. The other is that, wow, he's a really great entrepreneur.
I get two reactions too, but they're actually a little bit different from the ones that you said. There's a set of people who I think have been following the Facebook story who I think had a deeper analysis of which things in the movie were true and which ones were false and all that. But the rest of people, I just think were pretty surprised and even amazed that, like, wow, Facebook is an interesting enough thing to make a movie out of, or this Mark Zuckerberg person, I'd never heard of him, like, this must be interesting. And I can't tell you how many messages I've gotten from people who use Facebook writing in to say, this movie was really inspiring to me. After seeing this movie, I want to start a company, or I want to go into computer science, or I want to study math. And if the movie had that effect on people, then awesome, right? I mean, that's great.
You almost sound enthusiastic about this movie.
That part.
That part. That part.
When you say you had this idea,
One part he doesn't like has to do with the Winklevoss twins, Tyler and Cameron.
Excuse us for inviting you in.
In real life, there are Olympic rowers who claim that when they were at Harvard, they had the idea of a university-based social networking site first. Then in 2003, Mark agreed to work on their project, but instead, they say, he ripped them off.
When we approached him, we had been working on the idea for almost a year at that point. We had a sophisticated code base. It wasn't an idea scribbled on a napkin. It was a very sort of mature idea, and we brought him on to bring it to completion. We agreed to work on this project. He sabotaged our project, and he betrayed us.
There were other social networking sites already there. It isn't as if you had the first idea.
Well,
Right?
we were
You admit that.
That's a typical argument that comes from Facebook, that social networking existed at the time.
Right.
Okay. We weren't individuals on separate sides of the country developing social networks unbeknownst to each other. We were teammates. We were partners.
So how did you actually find out that he was working on a different project?
We found out by reading the Harvard student newspaper.
So that's the first you realized.
Yep.
What did the article say?
It said to the effect, Mark Zuckerberg launches the Facebook.com. It described a bit about it. We turned to each other and we said, isn't that the Mark Zuckerberg that's working with us on the same project?
So they sued, and in 2008, the case was settled out of court for a reported $65 million. But the twins have since appealed, arguing that Facebook misled them about the value of the stock in the settlement. Why are you pounding away at this when you're making so much money?
This is all about principle.
Well, I have to be honest with you, it doesn't look that way. It looks like it's all about money.
No, you will have, I'm not sure anybody can quite put themselves in our shoes and understand what it must have felt like to start an idea in 2002, to approach a fellow student in 2004, to have it stolen, sabotaged, ripped off.
Recently leaked instant messages, reportedly from Mark's old computer, suggest he did deliberately delay the twins' project.
That he premeditatedly sandbagged us because he knew getting there first was everything. There wasn't room for two social networks at Harvard and universities around the country.
What do you say to people who say, come on, give the guy a break, he was 19 years old?
I know that when I was 19, I wouldn't have behaved that way. I would have, certainly not betrayed fellow classmates.
Okay, big question. You guys on Facebook?
Yes.
Get out of here. Let me ask you about the Winklevoss twins. They sued, you settled.
Mm-hmm.
They're still coming after you.
You know, it's hard for me to fully wrap my head around where they're coming from on this. Early on, they had an idea that was completely separate from Facebook, and that it was a dating site for Harvard. And I agreed to help them out with it, to help them, right? I mean, it wasn't a job. They weren't paying me. I wasn't hired by them or anything like that. And then the idea that, I would then go work on something completely different like Facebook, and that they would be upset about this all these years later is kind of mind-boggling for me. Now, I mean, this is another thing that I think the movie really missed is, they make it seem like this whole lawsuit is such a huge part of Facebook's history. I probably spent less than 2 weeks of my time worried about this lawsuit at all, right?
You should have worried about it.
Maybe I should have early on, right? Yeah. But I guess the point that I'm trying to make is this has never been a big deal to Facebook or its evolution.
Do you feel any remorse at all about the twins or anything that happened with them?
I mean, after all this time, I feel bad that they still feel bad about it.
Kara Swisher, editor of a website about high tech, says she doesn't feel sorry for the twins.
I'm sorry, they got paid $65 million for one medium idea that they never could have made into anything.
Well, you sound very sympathetic to Mark as an individual, to me.
In this case, yes, because he is the entrepreneur. I mean, I think he definitely tried to screw with the Winklevoss. That's clear. He promised to do a service with them he didn't do. He did. But he also did build the business without their help.
You are famous for coining the term toddler CEO.
I am.
Mark Zuckerberg.
I did.
That was 3 years ago,
Yes.
and you told us that you thought he was inexperienced,
Yes.
way too young to run this company.
Yes.
3 years later,
He's done a great job. He's a prodigy. The toddler's a prodigy, as it turns out.
when I was here 3 years ago, they were calling you the toddler CEO, and they don't say that anymore at all. This is a tough question, but try.
Mm-hmm.
How would you grade yourself as a CEO, as the leader of this business?
I mean, that is a hard question.
That's a hard question.
I also don't think you can ever win by answering that question. And that we've made a huge number of mistakes along the way. Right now, I always say, I just think we've made probably every possible mistake you could make.
Is there a decision that you've made that the people around you told you was a mistake, and you defied them, and you were right?
I mean, the most famous one, I think, probably has to do with selling the company, right? I mean, in 2006,
Right.
we had this opportunity to sell the company to Yahoo for $1 billion, and we turned that down. I think a lot of people at the time thought that we should sell the company.
Absolutely.
But, I felt really strongly, and I think like now people generally think that was a good decision.
Since that decision, the company has grown considerably. Estimates are that if there were an initial public stock offering, an IPO today, Facebook would be valued between $35 and $50 billion. Are you ever going to have the IPO? Ever? It's like
maybe.
you can't let go.
You can't let go.
You can't let go.
I don't think it's letting go. Here's the way that I think about it. A lot of people who I think build startups or companies think that selling the company or going public is this endpoint, where it's like you win when you go public. And that's just not how I see it.
You're 26 years old.
No.
You're Feel old? Yeah. Running this giant company. Your personal worth is said to be $6.9 billion. Do you ever just pinch yourself? Do you ever just say, wow, this happened to me?
I mean, it is pretty crazy.
Well, today, after watching this very interesting interview, you know something more about the Facebook story, in particular the persons who created Facebook. What's their immediate reactions about Facebook? How old was he when he created Facebook? 19. How old is he today? 26. I think it's more than that. Well, anyway, how much worth is he going to, if he's going to be sold, that's an individual with access, how much does he worth? No, $65 million, the amount he paid to the twins. Okay, that's a very interesting things. Now, let me return 10 minutes to all the teams here, so that by the time 10 minutes is end, I can invite different teams to come up here to do your in-class briefing. Now let me see if any of the team has signed up for today. Not yet, right? So we need to come back to the lucky draw. Okay, let me prepare the lucky draw. Okay. 10 minutes to work together before we come to the lucky draw. Okay. We want to make it quick. So, team number one, could you send one representative here to pick one tag? Team number one. Team number one, could you come up here, pick one tag? We have 7 tags here, and 4 of these carry the word present. Present. Well, congratulations. So team number one, present. Team number 2. Okay. You have 50% chance to pick one tag as the ask is to present. No. Okay. Team number 3. You have 70% present. Okay. Team number 4. Now you have more than 50%. Okay? Actually 50-50. Present. Team number 5. Yes. You have 1 in 3 chance. Nothing. Okay. Team number 6. You have 50% time to pick one tag. Nothing. So team number 7, you need to present. Team number 7. This is team number 7 presents, okay? So we're going to give you the order. First team, the third team, the fourth team, and the last team 7. So now you have 10 minutes time to work together. So organize your work. Okay, which team? Okay, thank you. Well, today we have excellent microphones, okay? So it's very good for presentations. it's almost time to go. Ready?
No.
Not yet.
No, no, no.
Okay, 2 more minutes. All right, I think it's time for you to start. So, team number one, Miranda, are you ready? Okay, 2 microphones, okay? At most 10 minutes. Apple is also here, right? Now pick up the microphone and turn that on, okay?
afternoon, everyone. We are Team 1 and I'm Sita. I'm the leader of this team. And first of all, I will introduce my members to you. This is Kaya, our secretary, and Miranda is our inspector. Yeah, Apple is our communicator. So. My duty is to make a good arrangement of their job, and then the next member will talk about our chosen proposals.
We chose the CISG114 as our topic. The CISG114 is social networking software. First of all, let me explain the definition of social networking software. It's also called social software, and it enables people to connect or collaborate through computer-mediated communication and to form online communities. And social computing refers to the use of social software, for example, systems which support collective gathering, representation, processing and dissemination of information.
Using social network software such like Facebook, Twitter, WeChat to create personal profiles for specific purpose, share message with friends, and share different information.
We just finished our first meeting yesterday and plan to begin our proposal this week. We will have meetings at every Wednesday afternoon 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock. That's all, guys.
Okay, thank you very much. You did a good job to getting everything started. Now may I invite team number 3.
Hey guys, we are team number 3 and we are back here again with 4 members. And we all know that we got 1 more week for learning contract number 3. And since it's the midterm session, right? So we all got really busy with midterms. So it's so glad we have 1 more week. And although we are so busy preparing for our midterm exam, but we will still arrange time to meet to have the group meeting in order to finish our learning contract number 3. So as you know, we have already finished our proposal and with contribution from each members, you know. And what we are going to do this week is that we are going to finish our group team wiki, and also we will work on our personal individual journals, and hopefully we can do a little bit of the report. Yeah.
As I'm the timekeeper, so in the next meeting I will take down the details of our meeting, and we will have our meeting at next Wednesday, right? Yeah, next Wednesday at E6 1 o'clock, and we will finish our proposal and our journals at home, and we will take out to discuss with our members together. We are going to go through all the topics again and add more things in our work.
Okay. So now I'm going to talk about what each and every one of us is going to do for our individual journals. I'm going to do e-learning. I'm going to find out how it is used in modern day society, and I'm going to follow the OIA format given by Dr. Beck, and then yeah, that's for my journal.
I'm going to finish my journal is about e-business, and I'm going to find some materials about the trading activity with the internet and something like that. And my topic for my journal is the social network. Since I'm still not quite familiar with the OIA format, so I may spend more time on the OIA format and learn how to do my journal better.
And I will be focusing on Web 2.0. Maybe I'll do some research on the history of that and the connection between Web 2.0 and other topics from our members. And yeah, we will be really hardworking this week and the following week. Hopefully we can finish our learning content very earlier. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, team number 3. Now may I invite team number 4. Yes, you can use the computer. You need to log out first. Yes, you can press postpone. Otherwise, it's going to be restarted. Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone, and we are team number 4, and we are glad to see you here again. I'm still leader of team number 4, and
I think that we are so lucky to share so many times. Perhaps some team didn't or don't take up in here to present themselves. Then I introduce myself again. I am inspector and users inspector to tell them how to work hard to handing our projects before the deadline. And my name is Eric. Thank you.
Hello, I am communicator, and because this week is have a lot of midterm, so I find them and we discuss to do it after this week. Hello, I'm secretary. Yes, in this week we just have one discussion and one meeting for this week, and then we don't have a final conclusion on the that discussion. So I haven't write down our talking on the wiki, and this week we all have a midterm. So we will do this project in this weekend.
Since we haven't finished our wiki, but we'd like to share something that we've done, and here is our meeting minutes for this week, yesterday, and we discussed a topic that about social working, and so we have so many midterms, and we make the PowerPoint, and we like to share the topic we discussed, and just briefly, and see, no, we made it together, but Cindy is too shy to talk here, and let me stand up them, and it's about social bookmarking, when we haven't finished it, but maybe we can share it later.
Okay, thank you very much, team number 4. We thank you very much for your guts and your work done. All right. So may I invite team number 7? All the members of team number 7.
We are team number 7, and our 2 teammates absent today, and our leader is also absent, and I'm the secretary, and he is the communicator, and our first meeting had held last week, Wednesday, and we will have the meeting in this Saturday, because this week has many midterm, and yeah.
Yeah, that I will work hard and done early.
And after the first meeting, we still haven't decided what proposal we do, and maybe this Saturday we will talk about this and work for the proposal.
Okay, thank you, team number 7. Thank you. Now, may I invite team number 6 to get ready and help us to understand your work in progress.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are Team 6.
And today we would like to present our progress of work, including what we have done and what we will do in the coming weeks. First of all, let's introduce ourselves again. I'm Tony.
I'm Kisan. I'm Jerry. I am and Lucas is absent today. I am inspector of Team 6. I had remind my team members that there was a meeting for 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock p.m. on Wednesday in library. And now that my partner Kisan will talking about what we have done in.
Hello everyone. Now I will talk about what I have done in the meeting. I'm the secretary of Team 6. In the meeting on Wednesday, we have discussed 2 questions in reading with 8. First one is what is social networking, and the second one is what are e-business models. And we have spent 30 minutes to search the information on the internet and share our opinion to each other in the meeting. After the meeting, I think that we can get more information about the coming learning contract. So now my partner Tony will talk about what we will do in the future.
Our group still not yet select our topics for the learning contract fee because we would like to discuss all the topics first before the selection. So we plan to have a second meeting for the learning contract fee in the coming Sunday night, starting from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. And then what we would like to do in this meeting is to discuss two topics. They are e-government and e-learning. They are the topics in week 9. So we're going to hold a meeting in library because library have many books for us to search the information or we can better know more about the 2 topics. Yes, that's the
Okay, thank you very much, Team 6. You all are very good because even though this is a very busy week of midterms, which I have been informed as early as last weekend through emails of individual students, and you're still willing to do your in-class participations, that is very encouraging. And I'm so glad that all of you support the motions that you have one more week to do your learning contract number 3. That is very good. And this is a very important working space to leave your working details and records for your fellow members to get updated. And for those of you who are about to start this project, learning contract number 3, remember this is a learning project in which you have to start by choosing 2 sinos, okay? You need to base on your subsequent decisions on which proposal to choose based on the 2 sinos. If you do not have the sinos with you, it's very difficult and it's sometimes very confusing when you go back to your work to to see if you have already fulfilled the requirements of the side notes. If you select your topic without taking into account the side notes, okay, then most of the time you will have end up with choosing another side notes or changing your topics even after you've finished all the journals or even the report. So it's very important that you spend some time studying each of the 6 side notes and listed out the individual keywords to do in each of the side note, and ask for the feedback of your individual member. For example, each of the side notes start out with an action verb. Conduct discourse, that means you just need to do a lot of discussions, and that means you have to do a lot of research on the specific on IT and the specific on knowledge society, and then do a discourse piece by piece, okay? At least you will have 3 persons responsible for different kind of topics. And for the second one, it's very generic. It's at comparisons. You need to do comparisons of different Web 2.02, such as journals, discussion forums, wikis, and then the photo sharings, the social bookmarkings, as well as other video-based or voice-based communications media. This, number 3, you need to discuss and illustrate, that means give example of the use of the following. You have at least 4 different pieces here. And then this is much more pinpointed on social networking side. A lot of you will choose Facebook or LinkedIn as the basis to illustrate the first, the second, the third, the fourth, okay, and the fifth, different kind of functions. And that, number 5, is also very challenging, because you need to know the nature of each one of these so as to distinguish the application context of A, B, C in different organizations, or better say applications, e-learning, e-business, and e-government, okay? So e-learning, e-business, and e-government, and you have to consider each one of these usage. Well, many of you in the past will use Moodle as the basis, and for this they use Amazon, and this a lot of you use Macau governments, e-government, e-pass, in the e-pass concept. And this is actually part of the work you have been doing as a team. So a lot of you, in order to save a lot of work, would definitely choose this one. But in order to make it work for you, you also have to define the group structure, the roles, and the time to meet physically, face-to-face, and the time to meet online, and the work done. So the wiki is a very good medium to demonstrate that. So having said this, allow me to take attendance for today, and it's almost time for you to switch to the other classes. So I hope the 1 week extra will help definitely all of you to get a better job done. So Eva, thank you. Priscilla, she's not here today, okay. Sam, yes. Ken is here. Jackie, yes. Kuan Yin is not here. Xiao, yes. Eric, yes. Shenron, thank you. Martin, thank you. Winnie Chung, thank you. And then Jeff, thank you. Apple, yes. Miranda, yes. Dome is not here today. Yeah. And then Jeffrey, thank you. Mickey is not here today. Sita, yes. Annabelle, yes. Jordan, yes. Joel, yes. Kitson, yes. Kaya, yes. Jeff, Chuck, thank you. Cindy, yes. Tony, yes. Miko, yes. Yishun, yes. Sylvie, yes, thank you very much for coming. Yes, it's indeed a very busy week, so you need to take a good break in between the classes, make the best use of time to work in class, and then come back and enjoy the virtual meeting time with the Moodle. So that's it for today's CISG114, Section 1, Web Technology and Night, on October the 23rd, 2014, day number 18. Until next Monday, stay in tune.